morning, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Bare Basic Lawns. Today, we are going to be verticutting again. It is going to be a hot day again today, so I'm kind of getting a little head start early in the morning here. I believe it's time to do it again, just because now that I'm cutting with my height of cut at about 3/4 inch, you can just see all the brown still. Now, when I did it last time, I went this way, right? So I was going lengthwise like this, and I believe the way I'm elevated on this lot, I'm kind of on a hill, as I showed you a couple of videos ago. And I believe that the pattern that I was going, you know, the this way, the way that I was showing you, I think with how uneven the lawn is and the slope that I was kind of going, you know, at a different angle. You know, I was cutting not necessarily against the grain. You know, like when you get a haircut, you know, you want to go against the grain, right? So that's what I'm going to do this round. I think I'm going to cut the so I went, you know, I was going this way during the last video. Now I want to go, you know, or this way, you know, house to the edge line of the property. So that way I'm cutting against the grain. And, you know, even you can see, you know, the backyard, you can see it more, but even up here, it just looks too brown for me. And that's what I mean by my height of cut. I think I'm cutting it too low, and how compact, you know, all the above, you know, the compactness, the unevenness, you know, because when you look over here, uh, like this patch over here, you know, like look how lush and green that is. That looks good. And when you come over here, you know, I haven't mowed in a couple of days too. You know, it's very, you know, look at that. Probably a good two inch height of cut almost right there. And you're not necessarily really seeing the brown. And I also don't even, you know, along the edge line right here, I don't really try and cut it that much, because on this side of the house, I need it to grow. I need it to grow. Let me see. You know, as you can see, it, you know, I need the runners to start filling in this area. And it's coming along good over along the side of the house here. Sorry for the poor camera here, but it's starting to, you know, come this way, and it's starting to grow. I need it to, you know, I need it to mold and feed in with mine. You know, that's a good thing about Bermuda, is that it's very resilient, and you can, you know, have it grow together. So that's kind of my thing right now, is that the verticutting, I need to get it more out, because it's just not green enough for my case. So back over here, when I believe it'll be okay. I'm going to be more aggressive today, because the last time I was very gentle with it. I did it on that level 0, like I mentioned, and I think I necessarily wasn't reaching the ground. I was kind of maybe just giving it a little mow, and then when I came over here, right in here is when I first started cutting it. And as you can see, there is no thatch. You can, you know, you can see the soil, which is great. And then you come over here, when I raised it, you can still see all of this thatch that's right there, and it's all over the lawn. And I was scared when that happened that I might have cut the lawn too bad and I necessarily messed it up, per se. And it actually kind of bounced back pretty good. I was impressed, because there was some good rivets in the lawn, and I was like, oh no, I messed it up, you know. And so when that happened, I was kind of bummed that I might have killed the lawn, but luckily it was just that one little patch. So now that it's been, I don't know, what has it been now? Maybe about a good month or so since that happened. Maybe a month and a half, 2 months. That was kind of beginning of the season. It looks like it's bounced back. So that's what I'm going to be doing today. I'm going to really go against the grain and get this cut out, because and I'm also doing it again too because um excuse me, all this dust and stuff in the air. Is kind of windy again this morning, and I'm looking to core aerate and level with the masonry sand coming up here in the next couple of weeks, maybe a little bit shy of a month. So I'm looking to do all that, and I want to prep it again for all of that. And I don't want all this thatch, you know. So I'm looking to get rid of it, verticut it, and clean it up a little bit more. Go aggressive, because I feel like it's okay, because Bermuda is very resilient, you know, unless you're spraying, you know, some glyphosate or something, and you're not supposed to be spraying your lawn with chemicals of you're not supposed to, then, you know, then you're kind of screwing yourself. So don't be doing that kind of stuff. Make sure you read your labels, read your PPEs of all your fertilizers, your chemicals, your sprays, your herbicides, whatever the case. Always be informed of what you're using. And yeah, so let's go ahead and get this going. I got my bags. I'm charging the batteries right now. Should be another few minutes. It's not going to take too long. But yeah, let's go ahead and get this going. I'm excited because that little machine is fun. You know, I've used it a couple times now. It's a good little fun machine to you know, work with and use in your lawn to make it look good. And that's what I mean. Right now, it doesn't really look too good. It looks pretty brown. The height of cut is good. I just need to get all that out, you know. So stay tuned. I appreciate all the support, guys. And let's go ahead and get this verticutted. All right, guys, here we go. We got our Ryobi dethatcher machine here. Now, I will be doing the same process that I did last time. I'm going to be using the 1.5 AH batteries first, and then I charged up the 4 AH batteries, and then while these are charging, I'll put the 4 in there. Last time it did pretty good as far as battery length. I think it'll take about just the one of these and the one of the 4 AH rounds, which is perfect. But I will not be bagging, so I think I'm gonna put it on the level 0 and just clean up everything and use the bag. That way I'm not raking like I did last time. It was very easy when I did it at my brother's house with the lawnmower, and just ran the dethatcher, ran the mower, got it all cleaned up. So I think that's what I'm gonna do this round, because with the bag, I don't know. It seemed like when I was digging up material, like at my brother's house, I was gonna be doing, you know, one pass or 2 passes, and then empty the bag. So this round I'm gonna be doing that. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. I'm gonna do the backyard first, and then work my way to the front. Should be a good episode. I think it's gonna be a good start for the leveling of the lawn. Let's go ahead and get started. Now I'm seeing that back here, it's not too bad actually. Kind of just on that area right here. So I'm just gonna maybe just go this way, see what happens. one. I got the side, this patch, and along the edges. So it died already, but you know, it's 1.5 AH, so I'm not really caring too much. But let me get the other ones. All right, guys, I got my next round of batteries here for AH. These should definitely take care of the rest of this side, and easily the front. That's what I'm hoping for. Going a little bit more aggressive, I gotta say that it is tearing up material, which is good because that's what I'm looking for. I'm looking to get rid of all this brown, all this thatch, and it's cleaning up. As you can see over here, it's doing a great job. So I'm pleased with the results right now. I'm just gonna keep going, and let's get it done. So that way we can beat this heat. But let's keep going. All right, guys, I think I'm going to invest in a dethatcher rake, you know, manually rake, because this don't look too good right here. Took out a big chunk right there, and that don't look too good. So I think I'm gonna invest in a manual rake, because coming up right here on this side of the house, it's very, you know, slow. Not as much as the front past the gate up there, but right here, I don't know, it's kind of tight between the fence line, and you know, that right there is what happened, and you can clearly see that. So that's not good. So I think I'm just gonna, when it comes time to, I think I'm just gonna run a regular rake to it, and you know, just that way I could be gentle, and and then this don't happen, because that's not good there. But so for this round right here, if it wasn't for this fence like in the front, I probably would just that way I have more room to angle it down and turn around and stuff. But for right here, this fence right here, it sucks. So I think I'm just gonna run it this way, because I don't want to chunk it out like how I just did right there. So let's just keep going. Alright guys, this is round 3 of batteries. 4AH went all the way to the back. I even just did another round of going horizontal, I guess you could say, to the house. And then all of what you've seen already right here. So this is round 3 of 1.5. And I also set up the height of cut on this one too to make it go lower. I put it on setting 2 just because I felt like the setting 1 really wasn't hitting it because it's very uneven, and to really get down in there, I just made it to setting 2. So we are going really aggressive, which is great. So let's keep going. Alright guys, we got it all done here. I ended up not finishing the video just because I had to wait on, the battery problem of these machines, which is okay. I don't, it's not a big deal because in between there I was cleaning up and getting all this done. Right when the video ended, that's when the batteries ended too as well. So it went pretty good. There is some spots in the lawn that you can definitely tell that are great. Here, let me show you. I also want to give out to a shout out to my mother-in-law. Got me this sweet t-shirt. It's got the logo on there. I was really excited to get it. Thank you very much for the shirt. I appreciate it. Love the support. As always, thank you very much. We will definitely get some more content with some more merch, hopefully coming up here pretty soon. But thank you again. I really appreciate it. So on this side of the house, you can for sure tell that it's cleaned up. Here, let me show you. Before, all right here was just nothing but that. You can still see it, there's some good spots, but as of right now, all that darkness, that's the dirt. That's what we're looking for there. All, there's a good portion of just the dirt, and that's what we want to get to. It's a good little machine, I for sure recommend it. Anybody looking for a dethatcher machine? The only problem is you are going to be running through some batteries. That's really the only downfall. Like I mentioned, you will have to wait if you don't necessarily finish right away, or you have a big lawn. Mine is semi big. It's not really that big. It went through 3.5 rounds
of batteries compared to just one cord that you have to drag around on the lawn or whatever, you know. But that's fine. Uh, I think I went pretty aggressively. That was a good thing. I think that definitely took out a good amount of material. But right here, I went too aggressively because right here there's a good mud patch, which sucks. Because I dealt when I first moved in here in this walkway right here with this gate, you know, where this gate is right here, it was a big mud patch, and it finally started growing and it went away, and I scalped it pretty good over here. But right in here, this green lush spot right there, that's the drip line, all you know, all the way down there. And when I was doing it, the drip line was getting the wheels caught in it and was divvying it out like that, which is fine. It'll bounce back. It just looks ugly right now. I'm gonna get some water going probably tomorrow, because right now I got to clean this up and it's getting kind of late, and you know, trying to enjoy the Sunday. You know, today's Sunday again. So as always, you know, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. These videos, like these ones, are pretty fun to watch. They are definitely fun to do. Just very exhausting. I'm very tired, you know, as you can tell by all that material that I just dug up. The last round was 3.5 bags. It looks like it'll be about the same, about 3.5, maybe 3. I'm hoping. So come when I bag it, I'll let you guys know in the next review. It's getting kind of windy, so I'm going to try and get this cleaned up so it won't blow away. But as always, guys, I appreciate you tuning in. Always like, subscribe, comment, share, ring that bell, all the above. I'm bringing you good content here in the next couple weeks as far as core aerating, leveling, really getting into the peak of the season. So appreciate it, guys. As always, tune in, stay tuned, and I will catch you in the next video.
Bare basic lawns where the green grass grows, East Texas skies and a gentle breeze blows.